Good day guys! Magandang umaga. Naimbagal daw kinyayo amin. My name is Colleen K. And I'm your Baguio lass. I'm actually filming this at night because it's very noisy in the morning. Nagtutuktuklad ng tao. But yeah, anyways, if it's your first time here in my channel, then please do me a favor and hit that like and the subscribe button, please. And also the notification bell for you to be updated on my upcoming How I videos and song covers. Okay, so back to the main point. This is just a short sit-down video on how I got my student's driver's permit. Yay! So this is one thing crossed off my productive things list of things to do during quarantine. Oh my gosh. Productive list of things to do during quarantine. Yeah, I got that right. Okay. So if you're interested and you want to get your student's permit as well, then keep watching the video because this is definitely what you're going to do. If you had like your license or your permit from years ago, then this is to inform you that the process of obtaining one now has changed. And it has changed because one of the reasons why it changed... One of the reasons why it changed is because of the great number of deaths that are related to road traffic accidents here in the Philippines. These are either caused by reckless or irresponsible drivers, and also lack of knowledge when it comes to cars, to driving, to Philippine road laws, rules, and regulations, and some are just inevitable reasons. So yeah, they changed the process because they aim to fully educate drivers and soon to become drivers of these things to avoid and lessen the number of road traffic accidents, and to create peace and order in the road, of course, and to produce defensive drivers. Okay, so first thing we did, me and my ate did, we went to LTO in Pacdal and we had our original PSA birth certificates with us. So when we were there, we were assisted by an uncle, not a fixer, take note to fixers. But yeah, this uncle assisted us to go to a clinic to have our medical checkup because medical certificates are needed for the processing your student's permit. So yeah, they checked our height, our weight, our eyesight, which is very important because this is the main sense that you need in driving. And unfortunately, I failed there. I think I failed because ang lapit-lapit na lang, hindi ko pa rin nakikita. So they had to indicate in my medical certificate that I have to wear contact lenses for me to be able to drive. So yeah, we had to pay 400 pesos for the checkup and the medical certificate. So after that, we enrolled ourselves in an accredited school for our mandatory, I repeat, mandatory 15-hour theoretical driving course. Yeah. That's mandatory, guys. Take note, that's mandatory. Because in ata, they just had to pay and then they can get their permit. But now they really have to join the seminar. So yeah, take note that there are 3 like accredited schools here in Baguio City or in CAR wherein you can enroll for that theoretical driving course. And I'm pretty sure they differ much in their enrollment fees. But for my case, me and my ate's case, we paid 2,500 pesos for the theoretical driving course. Yeah, kind of pricey, no? Very pricey na sila ngayon. But yeah, anyways, they gave us a schedule. So we were scheduled no September 8 and 9, I think, or 9 and 10. Oh my god, I forgot. So that's like a day and a half. So fast forward to that day, we had so when the day started, we had a pre-test. So this is to check, of course, your prior knowledge when it comes to the road rules and regulations. And then after that, that's when we dived into the seminar proper itself. It was such a long day of information's being packed in your head. Me and my cousin was just frazzled with all the information that came in. But yeah, they taught us about the road signs, rules, and regulations. They taught us about basic cars and functions of cars. They also gave us like situation-based problems. So in case these things happen to you, at least you know what you're going to do. Like what happens if there is like water leaking from your tank, etc. like that. So I think that was really, I had fun in that part. And then they also educated us on laws related to driving, like the Distracted Driving Act and the Seatbelt Act and the Clean Air Act, and so much more. So yeah, it was just really a jam-packed day of information, or information-packed day. Yeah. So yeah. And then afterwards we had like a review. So on the second day after the discussion, we had a review of certain questions that might appear on the test. And then after this test is very, 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 very important or crucial because it determines if you pass, and it determines like if you're one step closer to finally applying for your student permit. And fortunately, me and my cousin passed. So, we passed. Most of the people in the class passed. So the proctor or like the instructor was really, really proud of our batch because most of us passed. So yeah, kudos to my kasama na nag-process ng permit na nag-pass. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, what am I saying? So after passing that test, we were able to get our certificate of driving course completion the next day. So that certificate looks like this. It has the sign of DOT, LTO, your beautiful face. And then the school year came from it, etc. So you need this, so you have to keep this. So once you're done with the theoretical driving course, then you are now able to apply for a student's permit and at any LTO office. So what I did was I went to LTO in Portavaga. So you have to have these requirements. You have to have a photocopy of your 2 valid government IDs. With signature, of course, and you also have to have your medical certificate, so the one that you had prior to enrolling. You have to have a photocopy and of course an original of your PSA birth certificate, and last but not the least would be your theoretical driving course certificate. So yeah, when I was there in Portavaga, there at LTO Portavaga, there is an information desk, so I just told them na I'll be processing po for my student's permit. So yeah, they gave me a form and I filled it out. Afterwards, I submitted it and then I gave all my requirements. And what was really embarrassing because my passport was expired pala. And buti na lang, I had other IDs, so I had my tin with me, and then pinayagan naman nila ako, so they accepted that. So after checking all the requirements, if you completed all your requirements, they made me say an oath. So I was standing there in front of the counter with my hand raised like this, and I was saying the oath. So basically, the oath means that I promise to become a very, very, very responsible driver because my life depends on it and the lives of others depends on it, which is true. So yeah, naka-face mask pa ako na rin, naka-face shield. But anyways, may kausap pa ata yung babaeng nagpasabi sa akin ng oath sa telepono, but I was just saying the oath like that. Okay, so after that, bigla na lang ako pinag-picture. So they asked me to, they took my picture with a blue background, and I wasn't even able to comb my hair or put any tint. So I was kind of worried because I don't want to look ugly sa picture, pero good thing wala pala, hindi pala ilalagay yung picture mo dun sa permit. So yeah, after that, I have to pay another 318 pesos. It specifically says 317.63, so you just round that off. So that's 318 pesos, and then after that, they release your student's driver's permit. So yeah, I now have the privilege to learn how to drive a car as long as I'm with a duly registered or duly licensed driver. So yeah. So if you want to have your non-professional license, then you can process it after 1 month and a day of getting your student's permit. But here's the catch. You have to have another 8 hours of mandatory practical driving course. So you have to enroll yourself again for that, and I believe you have to pay like 6,500 to 8,000 pesos depending on what school and depending on what car you're going to drive, if it's automatic or manual. So yeah, 6,500 to 8,000 pesos. To me, that's just really costly on my part. But if you're rich, then okay, no, fine, no problem. But I think I'm talking I'm talking in behalf of middle class or average families. Okay. If you're interested to have your professional license, you can have it processed after 6 months and a day after getting your non-professional license. So yeah, that's how it goes. That's the new process. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that I finally got my student's permit because I've been wanting to get this for so long. And I'm really happy that I learned a lot in that 15-hour seminar. I think, however, I just really think that the cost is too much. Like, you have to pay thousands just to get this, and if you're going to process for your non-professional license, then you have to pay like another 6,000, 8,000 pesos. And to me, that's just too much, you know. Like I said kanina, if you're rich, then no problem for you, but what about us? You know, I'm talking for us. So yeah, I just really hope LTO and these schools would make a way for obtaining a license more affordable, especially in times like this because we're in a pandemic. So, you know, and not everyone is going to be able to afford that. So yeah, so just my 2 cents. But anyway, yeah, this is how I got my permit. Okay guys, so thank you again for watching my video. I hope you learned a lot. So if you are able to process your permit because of this video, or if you have like stories to share, then please don't hesitate to leave my video a comment, or you can send me a personal message because I'm really eager to learn how you got yours. But anyways, yeah, this is Colleen Gay, your Baguio lass, and I am signing off. Please take care and God bless you all. Bye bye. Tulog na tayo.